Hello, and welcome to the Carolinas Luxury Real Estate Podcast. I'm your host, Sam Sparks, the broadcast audio coordinator at Ivisher Jackson, Christie's International. Now, today starts our first episode of the new Christie's Luxury Expert Series, where we talk with Christie's agents from all over the country who are experts in their luxury market. Joining me to discuss Christie's luxury brand and their market is John Miller and Adam Miller, who are experienced agents with Go to the Beach, Christie's International in Northwest Florida. Thanks for joining me today, guys.
Look forward to it.
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here. So can you guys tell me a little bit about your real estate background and kind of what brought you to Christie's International?
I started investing in real estate investment properties, beach investment properties here in the late 90s, and somehow it transformed into a real estate business. And that's kind of how I got involved. And then Adam can tell you his background.
Well, this one here's my father. So I was a realtor in Lawrence, Kansas, and my wife and I would come down kind of stressed out and be on their golf cart driving up to Seaside, the little community. And he'd bait his hook and throw it out and say, "Hey, I can use your help." And caught us, lured us in.
I can only imagine real estate in Florida might be a little bit more attractive than Kansas, right?
I mean, there's no basements here. No more leaking basements that I have to wake up in the middle of the night worrying about. So yeah, it was great. But the market's quite a bit higher end as well.
No, definitely a higher market, I would imagine. Awesome. So tell us, what's happening with luxury real estate in your area?
Well, the past couple of years, our market's exploded. Actually, the pandemic, where I thought it would stagnate our market, it just drove us further crazy because people from large metropolitan areas, whether they're coming here to vacation or thinking about a second home or full-time residence, started in a strong influx to our market, and which then has driven our prices up over the past couple of years considerably. We have lots of people looking for properties. The trick now, because we're starting to get, we're a narrow strip of beach, bordered by a lot of state park and so forth. So property is of a premium, and it's starting to get built out to the inventory is just decreased. So it can actually be a challenging market to find someone the right property.
And you see that in all markets, right? Not just luxury. Basically, all inventory at this point is short.
Yeah, our inventory has shrank considerably. And, you used to be able to sell $500,000 beach homes. Today, there is no such thing as a $500,000 beach home. You can get a condo in that type of price range. But the prices are up into the $1 million, $2 million. We just listed a $11 million property today.
Wow, $11 million. There you go. That's a good commission right there.
That one's right on the Gulf. So
yeah,
nice. Well, that's the warmer water, anyways, right? So that's good.
Yep.
Well, great. So, what are some top drivers of interest in your area? Why are people looking there?
Well, again, our geographic market's very unique. A lot of the locals and tourists refer to this area not by a city name, by the road. It's Scenic Highway 30A. And along Scenic Highway 30A, if you go back a couple hundred yards from the beach in many areas, you run into state forest. And then we have 7 or more than 7 coastal dune lakes, which are unique here to this area, and we have 3 state parks along 30A. So I guess I would classify as kind of rural. If you want a Walmart or a Target, you're probably driving 20 miles to get to something like that. There's a lot of independent restaurants, fine dining, but you don't find the regional type amenities here.
Right. And I didn't realize the areas you guys cover is, you said 30A, right? That's how they pronounce it?
Correct.
Oh, yeah. I've seen those bumper stickers all over the South. So I know it's a nice area to go to.
Yeah. We've become a draw.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, great. So now that we see you're very active on social media, so how does that impact your abilities to basically get exposure, for your clients and attract new ones?
Yeah, on social media, I mean, it's kind of twofold. We have our social media coordinator that's pretty much putting out new listings, pendings, sold. So trying to keep everybody in the process happy. Sellers, giving agents, a little bit of credit when they make a sale. So that's always positive. And then, promoting the lifestyle and events and things like that as well, just to broaden the scope. And then we also do some paid advertising on Instagram and Facebook as well, kind of a different angle, but we would reach out to the different feeder markets such as, North Carolina, Atlanta, Texas, all the regional big cities, try to get our brand and name across and put some beautiful properties in front of, the folks that are thinking about making a beach trip or beach investment. So yeah, social media is, fun and effective, I think.
Yeah. And you said you have someone specific who does that for you guys a lot of times, right?
Yeah, we actually have a couple. We have one that is always sort of doing it, and then our paid advertising is contracted out with someone else that helps us out with that.
Nice. It's a lot of work to do yourself. I mean, as an agent, I've done that, and it's a full-time job, just making sure you're posting and keeping everything up to date.
It is.
Absolutely. Yep. I'm glad it's working for you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So how do you network with other Christie's affiliates around the world?
Well, actually, Investor Jackson was one of my first contacts. Christie's were making sure that Go to the Beach was appropriate affiliate to become a Christie's agent, and Investor Jackson, Reed Jackson, came and visited us and sat down with us, give his take of Christie's and so forth. So we actually have a pretty close relationship with Investor Jackson. We've co-marketed and catalogs different properties, whether it's an Investor Jackson property in North Carolina here or our properties here at the beach. We also have a couple Texas affiliates that we've co-marketed properties with, as well as Atlanta, because again, Atlanta and Texas are two of our main feeder markets. So we've tried to connect with Christie's affiliates where our customers are coming from.
Right. And I love to hear Ivester Jackson. Obviously, that's where I hang my license. Yep. They're all just good, down-to-earth people.
Yep.
They really are. Well, good. So do you have any stories, either of you, that you like to kind of share about some buyers or sellers coming from or moving from the Christie's markets?
Everybody loves Florida right now. So that's, I think people are coming from all over now. When I moved here in 2009, this was super quiet area. And I feel like you could go around, probably around the whole nation and find that 38 sticker, popping up in different cities when it used to be much more just like a regional draw. Right. But you have any?
Yeah, basically we're getting, and Christie's are in many of these metropolitan areas. Right. We're getting both coast, whether it's northeast coastline to California. Our market just keeps growing. Our beaches are absolutely gorgeous. I used to go to the Caribbean when I wanted to get away. Well, the beaches here are just as nice as the Caribbean. So people a little further distance away are finding us every day.
Nice. So what's you guys' experience with the art auction and that kind of whole side of Christie's?
Well, when we became an affiliate, I was up in New York City for a wedding, and I went and did a tour of the art auction house there. So it was exciting. It's fun. I think it's great talking point to connect with people at, different interests. We did help one previous real estate client that had a musical instrument that had some provenance. It was like played by a famous blues artist, mm-hmm. and introduced them to the Christie's folks in the auction house. And that's so far our only experience with really, the business crossing over in that way. But, it's interesting to me. It's a subject that's easy to throw into. If you like cryptocurrency, you can talk about NFTs, and Christie's auctioning off NFTs. If, you could find Michael Jordan, old Air Jordans that were auctioned off. And
right.
It really, you can, if you want to bring it in to, the conversation and like with the branding aspect, it's easy. You just have to kind of follow what Christie's is doing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, heck, if they gave us a cut, for helping people furnish their homes with these auction items, now that would be a deal.
Yeah. There's good thinking there, Sam.
Well, I try to help everyone out.
That's right.
Nice. All right. Well, that was pretty painless, right?
Yeah.
Well, good. So
you
now
tell us if it was a.
No,
we have enough goodies in there for you.
Oh yeah. Well, now it's time for the lightning round portion of the podcast. All right, you guys ready to go?
Right.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, would you rather have your house plants live forever or never have to dust your home for the rest of your life?
No dust.
You must be good at keeping plants alive then, huh?
My wife is good at with a green thumb.
Hey, there you go. Someone in the relationship has to, right?
That's right.
That was a very thought-provoking question.
I told you, these are pretty good ones.
That's a great one. Oh, thanks.
All right, this one might hit you guys. Would you rather have an indoor greenhouse or an indoor waterfall of any size?
Indoor waterfall, the negative ions, that's very healthy, supposedly.
That's a very scientific answer.
I only know a little bit, enough to just say that, to sound like I know more than I actually do know. But come on, a waterfall is such a statement.
I mean, some people like those fresh greens daily, but I'm with you.
I know.
I'm good with the waterfall.
Both
All right. Would you rather have a mansion on the beach or a penthouse at the top of a high-rise condo overlooking the beach? The views are going to be a little different there.
Well, we're used to looking out at blue waters and sand. On 30A, we have 2 high rises and everything else is low rise. Mm-hmm. So I guess we kind of like low rise and looking at the beach, just because that's what we're used to.
There's no wrong answer.
Yeah.
I'll take whatever he doesn't take.
There you go.
Like we can share.
There you go. Yeah, best of both worlds.
There you go.
So, would you rather eat tacos or burgers for the rest of your life?
Tacos.
I'll go with the burger.
I'm very hungry right now, Sam.
I know. Hey, man, you're telling me it's time for second lunch.
I had a couple Brazil nuts this morning.
Brazil nuts? That's not even breakfast. All right. So this will be a pretty different one. What was the first album you ever bought?
Should I be embarrassed or not? I know what the first CD he bought me was Led Zeppelin. I don't know which number. It has Going to California on it. I think it has Stairway to Heaven. I know what the cover looks like.
I'll date myself a lot more, and this wasn't buying a record or disc or at the time it was a concert. It was Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons was my first concert. That'll date me.
Funny.
All right. So last one. If you could have dinner with any band, dead or alive, who would it be?
Well, I guess the surviving members of the Beatles for me.
Nice. Good answer.
I got it. I want Prince. I need Prince.
Oh, R.I.P. Prince.
I just want to see that little quirky smile he has. When he'll say like probably 5 words the entire meal and just make you feel like you're goofy and shouldn't even be sitting at the table with him. I don't know.
Nice.
I'd wear a purple suit for sure.
Oh, of course, purple velvet, right? I mean,
yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, once again, guys, thank you, John and Adam, for joining me today, and talking about Christie's International, luxury market brand. It was great picking both your brains and learning from your experiences.
We enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks.
Good. I hope so. So Before we jump off, how can people contact you guys if they have any questions or need any help with real estate?
They can find our contact information on our website at gotothebeach.com.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. And if anyone wants more information about the firm, you can visit us at ivisterjackson.com. Thank you so much for listening. Take care.